delighted to be joined on Mobile World Live today by Don Claussen, who is the CEO of satellite comms player ST Engineering iDirect. Don, it is good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you as well. Thanks for having me.
Now, of course, 5G end-to-end is making a lot of headlines at the moment, Don. It's really emerged as a bit of a pivotal discussion point within the telco landscape. I mean, tell us why you think that is, and also, what do you see as the key success factors for adoption here?
Sure. It's really required to have 5G NTN. We've got this move to bring satellite into the larger telco network. So we need some standardization, which is something that we haven't had in the past. So really the end goal is ubiquitous connectivity, which we've seen throughout the telco industry, from terrestrial lines to mobile wireless communications. And it's just the next step. So it starts with standardization and interoperability, breaking down the silos that we've had in the past. And then that will provide the connectivity across platforms, which will really unlock new revenue streams and new ways to communicate for emerging applications.
So you've obviously pinpointed standardization there as being key to success, Don. I mean, tell us a little bit more about how aligning on standards could really accelerate collaboration between telcos and SAT communication players.
Sure. I think it's the first necessary step. We saw it happening when in the mobile wireless carriers, decades ago, so that you could roam across equipment, you could roam across carriers, and you could share infrastructure. Standards like 3GPP and the MEF standard are critical. And by aligning those standards between telco, whether it's terrestrial or wireless, and satellite, we can bring those two networks together. Not only that, we can interoperate across these platforms that have emerged in the satellite communication space through orbits and across vendors. So really, it's about interoperability, multi-vendor integration, and multi-solution integration. And so that's what encompasses this whole drive to standards, is to be able to have platforms interoperate with each other.
Don, let's do a little bit of crystal ball gaze. I mean, tell us what you see for the future of 5G NTN, and also, what's it going to take to make that a reality?
Well, first, we talked about standardization, right? We all have to agree to develop standards or work within the standards so that we can interoperate. Once we do that, if you look to the future, we'll have a future where people can roam seamlessly from their networks at home over a satellite network onto a wireless network that's terrestrial based and across vendor platforms. I mean, that's really the goal, is to drive a more seamless end user experience. So I think that's what you'll see in the future. And it'll come in steps. It'll come with interworking functions on the back end, like we've been demonstrating recently, to bring disparate networks together, some that are standards based, some that aren't. And then you'll see it move into the devices. And that is really our goal, is to provide ubiquitous connectivity across platforms. So I'm a frequent traveler. If I leave my house, I'm on one network. I'm on a network as I'm transitioning to the airport. In the airport, I'm on a network. Then I'm on a network on the airplane. And then we reverse the process when I get to my destination. Right now, that's not really seamless. What we want to do is make that seamless. And that starts with standardization.
And let's talk for a minute a little bit more about where iDirect fits into this, Don. I mean, what makes iDirect uniquely propositioned or positioned to really drive 5G NTN adoption?
I think it starts with our legacy. We're known as a company that pushes standards. If we go back to OpenAMIP and BMIP, these standards that we developed and then we pushed into the market for communications with ground systems and terminals, that legacy is in our DNA to push standards. So we're uniquely positioned by our legacy, but also our renewed focus on that. Everything that we're building or developing right now is standards based, because we know that the future requires a standards-based solution. So that kind of uniquely positions us. In addition, instead of waiting until we get to 100% solution, we're demonstrating steps iteratively so that people can understand what standards will do for them, and see how the technology progresses so they can get comfortable with it.
Yep. 5G NTN is certainly a booming market, Don. We look forward to following it closely, and of course your company's progress as well. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you as well.